Hey, it's Aussie again. I'm currently here in New Smyrna Beach in Florida visiting my friend Liz. And since I'm not back in Houston working on my townhouse, I thought I would make a little video to update you on my garden that I've been working outside my townhouse. And pretty much I've just been inspired by all these beautiful tropical plants that are here right now. So the journey begins last year, sometime probably in winter, when my dad came over and cut down all the shrubs for me. And the motivation for this was for two reasons. One, I wanted a more clear and open space. And two, I wanted to create a patio because Luna just needs more space, aka Luna is my dog. And I just thought it'd be nice to have a space that I could sit outside and watch my neighbors walk by and be more interactive rather than sitting up in my balcony and hovering down. So I went to Home Depot over a series of months, and since I couldn't carry all the weight at once, I definitely needed to do those multiple trips. And I laid down the pavers. The pavers were about under $2 a piece, and they're 12 by 12, and I got a total of 34. So 20 of them were for the patio space and 14 of them were for the walkway. Long story short, I didn't like the way that I put them down. And so during this quarantine, I got my friend Trey to come over and help me redo all of it. We put down another layer of weed blocker. Not that the first layer didn't do a job, but since we're in that space, might as well put down another layer for more reinforcement for the future. We put down some leveling sand, and then we also put some edger in before we put the pavers there. The edger just gives it like a cleaner look. It was $25 for I think 50 feet was what was in the pack, and I still have some left over. So it didn't really make that much of a difference, but it was an improvement. So simultaneously, I've been going in and filling up the space with more plants. My neighbors have these beautiful tall grass ground cover that I've kind of been eyeing since I first moved in, and I went ahead and actually did the same thing. I went with the super blue let me say that again. I went with the super blue Liriope, and I'm not sure how much I bought the first time around, but I want to say this time I've probably bought about 16 packs, which are $10 a piece, and they include 6 plants in the pack. And this was at Home Depot. This spring I added in this cordline, which is the purple plant you see in between. I initially had a different intention for these, but I needed to put them somewhere since my original idea didn't work out. And I thought this would be a great way to add in more color and different textures, since these leaves are a lot more sharp versus on the Liriope, which are soft and green and smaller. And I want to say these were $6 a piece at Home Depot. Previously, I used to have some boxwoods that I planted in, and they all ended up dying, which is a shame because I never like seeing my plants die. But I think the issue there was the shrubs that we had cut down. Their root system was still there, and I wasn't able to dig deep enough to plant them, so they weren't able to root themselves properly. And over here are some lemongrass that I add in, and the intention here was 1, they're edible, which is fantastic, and then 2, of course, just to get more variety in. Back here is some purple daydream, which I'm hoping survives because I was late planting them and they are starting to wilt, so we'll see how they do with time. Here you can see some of the tropical plants that I've added in, and in hindsight, I wish I would have put them, I wish I would have put in more tropical plants, only because they seem to love the Houston weather and are doing so well. And I don't know if it is like this for everyone else, but being around tropical plants just makes me feel more alive because they're so lush and big and green and bright. And like you can see this one behind me. They just add so much to the space. And then finally, I added in the gardenia, which I wanted to plant in a pot because I wanted to control the growth. And this gardenia was $10 at Home Depot, and I went ahead and potted in a plant that I got, a potter for $16 that I got at Walmart. Yay, box stores. I don't normally go to box stores like that, but you know, what can you do when you're on a budget? And so it's a 15-inch potter. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for joining and watching along as I transform my house. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.